Hey, what's up, guys? The Gangsta Jeweler here. So today we are going to be working on a ring set here that comes to us from one of our local customers, and these are 14 karat, and they are pretty nice rings. But we're sizing them up to a 10. I believe they're a 7.5 right now. 7.5 and 7.5. We're going to a 10, so we're going all the way up to here. So we're going up a pretty substantial amount there. So we're definitely going to have to add gold to size these. So I think first we're, I can tell these have been sized before though. And there might have been a piece put in here at one time or another. Because, let me see if I can zoom you guys in. If you look, kind of look at that bottom piece, right? Maybe you see more on this side. See right there. It looks like it wasn't blended in too well. Kind of got a dip going there. I mean, that's not a bad sizing job. I'm not shitting on anybody else's work. I'm just saying it makes it a little noticeable, but nothing real crazy. But I just wanted to show you guys that. But if that was a beginner or even intermediate, I mean, that's really not a bad job. It's really not. Alright guys, let's see, which one do we want to do first? Let's start with this one, I guess. Yeah, let's start with this one. Now we'll have to be mindful of these stones right here, because while we do have diamonds, these two, probably blue topaz if I had to guess, they won't take heat, and you can't stick it in water when it's hot or they'll shatter. We're not so much worried about the heat because we're going to be working down here, but afterwards we don't want to drop it in water because we will shatter them stones, those two blue stones. If you go hot to cold real quick, they'll shatter. So you definitely don't want to do that. All right, so what we're gonna do, if you got your jeweler saw, go ahead and cut your ring. If you got cutters, cut them if you got them. So let's go ahead and cut there. There we go. And that must have been a flimsy piece that was in there, because there's a little piece that came out of it. I'm sure you guys probably seen that. Not a big deal, but we're gonna have to see. Let's go ahead and switch to our cutting disc here so we can kind of make them sides even. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and open this up. We're going to go to about 9 3/4. We don't want to go exactly on a 10. So we're going to open this up. You know, I really hope I'm going to have enough white gold to do this, because I might have to pause the video and make some more sizing stock. I very well might have to. I did not think of that. Now we're going to go a little bit past the 10 because we don't want a lot of pressure on the piece that we stick in there. So about 9 3/4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I don't know if I got enough white gold stock made up. Yep, I might have to make some more white gold stock, guys. Well, shit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and... That's a real bitch. Let's go ahead and size this ring first. And then if we got to make some sizing stock, we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and find out where our mark's going to be. So we need to cut it right. We need to cut it right there. Alright. Now this is 14 karat white gold stock. We're going to cut it right at that line. Yeah, that sucks. I'm going to have to... Oh shit, where'd that piece go? Hold on, I got to find my piece, guys. It went flying in the drawer here somewhere. I'm gonna need that because I'm gonna have to melt it with I'm gonna have to melt it with some other pieces for the sizing stock on the other one. There it is, I think. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably melt some more white gold down for the other ring, which is fine. What I'll have to do is I'll just have to pause the video. Alright, so now what we need to do is we're going to file the sides of this piece down. Then we're going to cut us a little groove to help hold the piece in. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Cut us a little groove there like that. And I need to straighten my camera up. It's like turning sideways for some reason. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay. Alright, that's still too much pressure on that piece, so we need to pull it up a little more. Now, one of the reasons why you would have to add gold to this, for sure, is because of these stones. Because if you were to try to stretch this ring, you would loosen these stones. So, which is why you're going to have to add gold. Now, we're going to have to add a fairly large piece there to make it 10.5. Now it is cut a little off to the side because it's been sized before and I could see where it was cut, so I wanted to cut right about where it was sized at before, so that's why we're off a little bit to the side there. In case anybody was wondering. Alright, let's see how our piece is going to fit in there now. Oh yeah. And actually our piece is a little bit thicker than the other one, but that's okay, not a big deal. We'll file that down. All right, let's go ahead and get her set up to weld here. And we're gonna have to dip it in boric acid denatured alcohol. It puts fire coating over it, helps protect from fire scale and stuff building up on the ring when you're welding. We're going to be using a 5 tip on our torch. That's a 4. That's a 5. I like to use 5 tip for rings, and usually a 4 for necklaces and bracelets. Sometimes I'll use a 3, but most of the time I use a 4 tip. Then we're going to go ahead and set that on fire. We're going to let that boric acid denatured alcohol burn off. Okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and get our flux. Put us some flux on there. And adjust our torch a little bit. Then we need to cut us some 14K white gold solder here. We're going to need 2 pieces. Where's the other piece I just put down? There it is. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, let's go ahead and zoom in and get this thing welded. Let's go ahead and grab our solder here. Hopefully we don't drop any solder, but hey, you never know. Alright, then we can heat it up a little bit. We're going to let that flux kind of burn off. Alright, we got one side to kind of flow through. I want to get the other side flow through a little bit before we go pulling it all the way through in case a piece tries to blow out on us. Now we're using 14 karat hard solder. We're not using easy or medium. You don't want to use easy or medium, because especially on rings, because that will cause them to break pretty quickly. Alright, that's through. And let's finish pulling this side through. There we go. Alright, I think we're through, guys. Let's take a look at it. Let me zoom you guys back out here. Let's take a look at it real quick. I can't really say I'm happy with the way that side is pulled through. So let me flip this around like that, and let's see if we can't get that other side to finish pulling all the way through. I don't like the way it's pulled in through. Now we hadn't dipped it in water, so we don't have to re-boric acid denatured alcohol it. But basically what I'm wanting to do is finish pulling this side through, because it's like kind of partially pulled through. Just to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and pull some solder through there, through the other side. Because it's pulled through, I just don't like the way, it welded. I just don't like it. So let's go ahead and pull some through the inside here. Alright, looks like we're good there, guys. Now we're going to let that sit there and cool for a minute. Remember, we can't drop that in water. Let's take a look at it real fast. See it smoking still? Yeah. Looks ugly right now. It won't be when we get finished with it. But let's go ahead and put that on the mandrel. That'll help cool it down a little faster. Yep, and then I'm gonna probably, after we size this ring, I'm probably gonna have to pause the video. I'm gonna have to go make some more sizing stock, white gold, for this other ring. I thought I had enough there, but I was way off. Thought I had enough. I was hoping to have enough before I started the video, but it just didn't work out that way. It is what it is. It's still a little hot. If you're starting out, I don't really recommend you trying to touch it, especially when it's cold and hot. But I've done it so many times, it's like my fingers are kind of numb to it, or used to it, I guess. You know, a long time ago when I started, I would touch it, that would burn me, but it doesn't. I mean, I can still feel it's hot, you know, but it just, I don't know, just don't affect me as much, I guess. Alright, it's pretty cooled off now. So let's go ahead and use our rawhide mallet or rubber mallet, whatever you want to call it. I call it a rubber mallet, but you know, it is a rawhide mallet, is what it really is. Alright, now we need our ball peen hammer now. We gotta round this sucker out here. Now before we go too crazy, I do need to file this inside down a little bit, because we do have a little bit of excess in there. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. Let's go ahead and file that down on the inside a little bit. now let's see. We can kind of round this out now. Alright, let's file this inside down a little more. Like I said, the piece we put in there was probably a little bit too thick, but nothing crazy. File these sides down just a tad. Now we still got to go back with a file. We're just trying to get the bulk of the metal file down. Well, it's a thick piece in it. It went a little bit too thick for this one, but that's alright. We got a drawer at the bottom here that's catching a lot of this stuff that we're filing off, so we're not wasting it. Ah! Did you see that? How many of you veterans out there? I know you guys have had that happen. Sometimes the ring gets away from you. I won't edit that out either. Everybody needs to see that. That's happened to every jeweler. I don't care who you are. Sometimes pieces gets away from you. Alright. Let's round this sucker out a little bit more here. We are almost where we want to be, guys. We're like a 9 3/4. 9 3/4. So let's go ahead and let's file this inside down just a little bit more. Let's see where we're at. We're 9 3/4. All right. Let's do a little bit more tapping here. with our ball peen hammer. Alright, we're like a tight 10 right now. Kind of like a tight 10. Alright, so we're a 10 on the money on that side. And we are almost a 10 on the money on this side. Alright, let's see where we're at. 10. 10. Alright, we're not going to do any more tapping. So it's a solid 10 on this side. It's a little bit of a tight 10 on this side, but we still got a lot of filing and polish we got to do and smoothing out. So that'll even out. That thick piece, since we had to hammer it down a little bit, it's kind of blended in pretty well with the ring, so that's good. We still got some filing we got to do though. So let's go ahead and switch to our rock here. File the outside of the shank down. Yeah, that bitch is crooked. Okay. Well, it's pouring rain, y'all. Y'all hear the? I don't know if y'all can hear the rain on the roof. Y'all hear that? Yeah, it's freaking pouring. We're just getting the bulk of the sides down, and then we'll go with a metal file to finish filing the sides down. Now remember, the goal is, when you're sizing a ring, ideally you want to be able to not tell where the piece was even put in at. In a perfect world anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and get our metal file. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, because this rain is like just pounding on the roof there. So let's get our metal file. We're going to file these sides down now, even with each other, so that it blends in with the rest of the shank. Okay, we got that side blended in. Kind of hit this area here. We're getting there, guys. It's almost blended in there. And you want to use a metal file to blend in the sides, because if you try to do it with a rock or something like that, you're going to have like, it's going to be wavy. It's not going to be straight. So you want to try to make sure you do it with a metal file. God dang, it is pouring. Alright, let's file these, I need to file the inside down a little bit. Holy hell, can you guys hear that? Alright, we got that side filed down pretty well. Got a piece of metal there. Let's go ahead and work on the other side now. And all we're doing is just filing the sides down even with each other. Holy shit. Well, they said it was going to pour rain. I didn't believe them, though. Because halftime, they can't tell weather. Alright, let's file this inside down just a little bit more. File the sides down a little more on this side. Maybe the rain's letting up a little bit now. That'd be nice. Alright, let's file that inside down a little bit. Alright, now what we need to do is run the metal file across the top here. Just to kind of blend that in a little bit on the back side anyways. So it's starting to come into shape now, guys. Slowly but surely. Alright guys, now we still need to smooth it out with our silicone wheels, but let's check our size here. So we are 10 on the money, 10 on the money. Alright guys, we need to smooth the inside and the outside out, so let's go ahead and do the inside first with our silicone wheel. Sorry if it sounds like I'm yelling. I'm trying to yell over the rain. It might be letting up now. Might be letting up finally. That'd be nice. Alright, let's smooth the inside of this ring out with our silicone wheel. Yeah, that turned out great. I'm very happy with the way that turned out. Very, very happy. Well, it sounds like the rain's finally let down. I hope it stays that way for a little while. It'd be nice. This is a nice ring set though. It really is. This is a nice ring set. Alright, let's switch to our other silicone wheel so we can get the back side of the shank and the sides of the ring. Yeah, if I can find it, I think, there we go, that might be it. Nope, that's it there. Alright guys, let's smooth the back side of the shank now and the sides of the ring. Alright, we got the backside smoothed out. Let's go ahead and take care of the side now. Coming out good, guys. Smoothing the sides out right now. But I am super happy with the way this is turning out. Alright guys, that's one side done. One side taken care of. Let's go ahead and hit the other side. Alright guys. Oh damn, my hands are dirty as shit. Where the hell did that come from? I don't know. Anyways. So we got our piece in there. We got it filed down. We got it blended in real nice with the shank. Let's check our size one more time here. We are a 10 on the money and 10 on the money. Alright guys, that's one ring down. We still got another one we got to work on. Only issue is, so we're not going to go polish this one yet. So we're going to set that one off to the side for the moment. I may have to pause the video and make some more sizing stock, but we're going to cut this. We're going to cut this and open it and see what I got. But this is going up to a 10 as well. So if you got your jeweler saw, break it out. If you Got cutters? Cut them if you got them. Now I did it a little off to the side because there I could see where it had been welded before. So it's a little bit off to the side there. And let's see where we're going to have to be on this one. Let me look at that piece that I got here. You know what? That piece might actually work. I didn't think it would, but looks like it will. Hey, we might not have to make sizing stock, guys. That would be great. I figured I might have enough to do both there without having to make some more sizing stock. But let me file these sides down first before I go saying too much. Before we get too crazy here. Just need to file them even. Alright, let's open that back up to about a 9 3/4. Let me take that piece again. Yeah, it might work. Yeah, that sure as hell might work, guys. Alright. Well, I'm glad about that anyways. Let me go ahead and cut a groove into this piece here that we got to put in there. And then we got to do the same thing on the other side here. Sweet. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, for some reason we don't have to add quite as much gold to this one as we do the other one. The other one must be a different size. Even though I could have sworn they both said they were 7.5. Could have been the tension on the ring though, there's no telling. Sometimes when you open these rings up, they'll end up being bigger just from the tension on them that they had when they were welded. Which is kind of hard to explain, but some of you veterans out there, you know what I'm talking about. Oh shit, almost lost our piece. We don't want to do that. Hold on, I gotta... We need to groove this side a little better. Now let's try that. It's not locking in there too well. Come on. What is wrong with this thing? Ah, you bitch. Did y'all see that fly out? It landed in the drawer here somewhere. Not quite sure where, but it's in here somewhere. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you fly off to? Where'd you go? Come on now, I know you didn't go that far. Hold on, I'm going to pause the video, guys. Look for my piece. We'll be right back. Alright, we found our piece. Took a little bit there for a second, though. Yeah, I thought I had it locked in there, and then it popped out of the ring, fell in the drawer. So we have got... Try to get this thing locked in there. Jeez. Alright, here, let's cut like a little... Let's see if we can cut like a little notch in this thing. Kind of help hold the piece a little better, maybe. Alright, I think that's locked in there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get this thing welded before it decides it wants to jump out on us. Alright. Let's go ahead and dip it in some boric acid denatured alcohol here. And light her up. Set her on fire. Alright, we are going to need some flux for sure. And we need to cut us 2 pieces of white gold solder. These clippers are, if you got, you could use like regular clippers, but I like these, they're like special solder clippers. You can clip perfect squares, and you can make it different sizes. You can have big squares, little ones, you know, kind of cut whatever size you need. I kind of like those. They're pretty, come in pretty handy. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in here. Let's go ahead and grab our solder. And I'm kind of hoping and praying this piece doesn't blow out on us. It very well might. I really hope not, but if it does, I guess. So what I'm going to do to try to keep it from blowing out is try to get one side partially welded. There we go. And then weld the other side, and then I'll go back and finish pulling it through. That kind of helps from pieces blowing out on you, especially if they're not sitting in there well to begin with. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Looks like we're all the way through. Let me zoom you guys out here. I'm going to let that cool off for a second. But I believe we are welded in there as far as I can tell anyways. Looks pretty good to me. Let's let that cool off for a second though, before we go grabbing it. Turn our torch off. Probably stick this on the mandrel for a minute so it can that'll help cool it off a little quicker. There you go. It's actually pretty cold right now, believe it or not. All right, let's we're going to start with our ball peen hammer because that piece needs to be kind of straightened out. It's not completely rounded. Okay, we are almost to a 10. I need to do a little more tapping here. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. So here's what happened right here. So take a look at this. You can see right here and right here is where we put our piece in. But next to it right here, where it was sized before, I think somebody used easy solder there and it come apart. So you can see, here's the piece we put in right here, there and there. And then it came apart right there, where probably easy solder was used at some one time or another. But not a big deal. But I kind of figured that was easy solder just because of the color and the way it looked. But I didn't want to say so until I actually knew for sure. Yep, see, broke right next to the piece we put in at. So I knew it was sized before. I just didn't know what kind of solder, and I had a suspicion it might be easy or medium, just because the way the color looked. We need to try to straighten this shank out if we can. Here, first what we need to do is go ahead and we're going to have to open it back up a little bit. There we go. That sucks because that's more work we got to do, but hey, it is what it is. And the way we know it came apart where it was welded before is because you see how that's a very straight, clean break. If it's a jagged break, then it usually comes from bleach or chlorine, or it was caught on something or smashed or ran over or something. But when you have a straight, clean break like that, that means it came apart where it was welded before. And they most likely use easy solder, because when you're tapping like that, it shouldn't pop. But see, if you're using easy or medium on rings, that's why you don't want to do that, because it will, when you're beating on it trying to size it, it'll just come apart like that. So I'm actually kind of glad that happened. This way, I know your veterans know about this, but some of you new people or new guys might not be familiar with it, so you get to see it in action, you know. So this way, when it happens to you, you have somewhat of an idea what happened. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get that part welded. Yeah, sure did, man. Come apart right next to the piece we put in there. And I had a sneaking suspicion that was going to happen, but I was hoping not. Let me put this water bottle over here. Alright, let's get us some flux here. Just remember, you don't ever want to use medium or easy solder when you're sizing rings. You want to use hard. And preferably you want to get to where you can use hard on everything. Hard solder on everything. Prongs, chains, hollow chains, doesn't matter. Takes a little more practice. It can be done though, and if you can do it, your repairs are much stronger and they last much longer. I mean, that's like this set of rings here. As long as they stay out of bleach and chlorine, you know, they should never have to worry about having these rings fixed But now if they put their hands in bleach and chlorine and it gets bleach chlorine damage, then that's a different story, unfortunately. Sorry guys, I forgot to zoom you all in. My bad, guys. Alright, cool. I think we're good now. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys back out here. I think we are good now. Let's take a look at it here. Kind of buckled up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Okay. Alright, where did my tweezers go? There they are. Let's put that back on the mandrel for a second so it can cool. Yeah, it's still pretty hot. So how's y'all's Sunday going? Everybody's Sunday going alright? This is going to be my next video. This is one we got coming from Value Pawn on Main Street. This thing here, look at it, it broke, but look at this shank. This shank is so thin. It really needs like an all new shank. It really does. That is so paper thin. Needs to be cut from there to there and just have a new shank put on it. But they ain't asking us to do that, so they just want it welded back together. Alright, this should be hopefully cooled off enough now. Yeah, that's cooled off enough now. Alright, let's ball peen hammer, where'd you go? My hammer has disappeared. Where'd you go? Ball peen hammer. You know, guys, I think I'm more of a magician than I am a jeweler. Because I can always make shit disappear. Where is the hell? Oh, duh, right in front of me. Sure was right in front of me. That bitch. I hope it don't crack on us again. It might. Because it looks like it wants to. It sure as hell does. And I think it might, actually. Alright, anyways. All right, we're almost to a 10, guys. We're at like a 9 3/4, so we're getting there. Let's take a look at where we're at here, what we got. So we're about a 9 3/4 there. So we're almost where we want to be. Yep, 9 3/4. Sorry guys, trying to keep you in focus here. Trying to keep you in focus here. Alright, before we go, we're sitting about 9 3/4 still, but I want to file these sides down a little bit before we go too much further here. Let me switch to our rock here. And I don't know why this camera keeps wanting to turn sideways for whatever reason. Alright, I need to tap the side of this to straighten it out a little bit, but something tells me I don't know if it's going to pop on us, or let's see. Just because I need to straighten that out a little bit. Looks a little more straight. And I'm kind of happy with that. It was a little awkward looking there for a minute. Alright, let's tap with our rubber mallet here a little bit. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to make any more sides in stock. I wasn't looking forward to that. But if we would have to, we would have to have. We would do what we gotta do. And remember, we're just tapping. We're not like slamming real hard on it. You just want to tap. You know, we don't have to slam on it real hard. All right, we're pretty much about where we want to be, guys. So we're kind of like a tight tin right now. Nice thick piece in there. So we're at like a tight tin. Kind of on a tin on that one. This side we're kind of like a tight tin. So I think we're gonna leave that as it is for the moment, because we still have some filing we got to do, especially on the inside. So let's go ahead and file. Let's go ahead and file the inside of the ring here. And hang on just a second, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Not jewelry related. Be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. That's something I had to take care of real quick. Had to let the dog out, because you don't let her out, she'll let you know that she wants out, and then after a while you don't let her out. Well, y'all know the end result. Tries to get her bathroom in the house, and we ain't having none of that bullshit. Alright, let's take a look at our size now. So we're still kind of like a tight tin. A little bit of a tight tin. I just wanted to file that inside down a little bit, because I knew it needed to be filed down before we went tapping on it anymore. Alright, that's a 10 on the money. That's about a 10 on the money. Alright, we're not going to do any more tapping, because we still got some filing we need to do and some smoothing out. So I do need to straighten this shank out again a little bit. Alright guys, let's go ahead and so 10. And she's a 10. Alright. Still a little bit of a thick piece we put in there, but nothing too crazy. Like I said, it's not going to waste. The dust down here is catching most of it anyways. The filings and stuff. So, alright, let's go ahead and switch to our other rock here. Alright, let's go ahead and file these sides down a little bit here. Get them blended in real well. And remember, we ain't pushing hard when we're filing. We don't need to push hard. We just need to just light strokes. And you don't want to go back and forth like that. You just want to go in one direction. Heck yeah. It's coming out pretty nicely, guys, if I say so myself. Alright guys, let's looking good, looking good. So how's everybody's Sunday going? It's Sunday when I'm filming this. And it's pretty rainy here in Florida. In Jacksonville where I'm at. Pretty rainy. Alright. I'm going to switch to our inside rock again so I can file that inside down just a little bit. Just for a minute. And then we'll go work on the other side to file down. Still got just a little bit more filing we need to do on this side. Then we'll work on the other side there. All right, let's do the other side. Alright guys, let's go ahead and run across the top here a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and file this inside down just a hair. Alright, let's check our size again here. It's kind of like a tight 10 right now. Okay, let's go ahead and smooth this inside out a little bit. But before we do that, we need to straighten this. No, it's okay. Yeah, that's fairly straight. It was just the way I was looking at it. Alright. Because sometimes I'm looking at it through the camera, so it doesn't, until I look over the camera. Sometimes it looks a little different through the camera than when I'm looking straight at it. Not all that different, but sometimes you got to double check. And we switch our silicone wheel. We're just going to smooth the insides out here. Alright guys, got the inside looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and switch to our other silicone wheel so we can take care of the back side of the shank and the sides of the ring. Oh shit. Sorry guys, I gotta stand up for a second. My freaking legs falling asleep on me. If you can believe that. Alright. Alright guys, let's go ahead and work on the sides of the rings now. Alright guys, we're making some progress here. Alright, let's work on the other side here. Definitely a nice ring set. Definitely a nice set. Alright guys, we got it smoothed out, got it looking good, ready to go polish. Let's check our size. Alright, so we're 10 on the money on this side, we are 10 on the money on that side, guys. Alright, so we're at 10 and we're at 10. Alright guys, we're ready to go polish these two rings up. Before we do that though, let's go drop them in the Ultrason and let them clean for a little bit and get some of this crap off my hands before we go polish it, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we dropped these in the Ultrason. We're ready to get them polished. Got them nice smoothed out. Let's go ahead and polish them up, guys. Looking good, guys. Look at that. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the sides up real good. Nice. Look at that. Ooh, boy. It's a nice ring set, man. It really is. Good looking set. Boy, look at that. Still got rouge all over it, but you can already see the massive difference. Let's go ahead and hit the inside of the ring now. Alright guys, I know we still got to get this rouge off of there, but you can already see massive difference. Let's go ahead and get this other one polished. Alright guys, let's go ahead and hit the sides of the ring now. Well, before we do that, let's hit this top one more time here. Alright, now let's hit the sides. Okay. Look at that, guys. Woo. It'll look even better once we get all this rouge off of it. We drop it back in the Ultrason. Nice. I am definitely happy with the way these turned out. It turned out perfect. Not to sound super conceited or anything. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the inside of this ring. Ooh boy. Alright, let's hit the inside. Damn, man, look at that. Woo. All right, guys. Shit. Looks nice and polished now. It's gonna look even better once we get all this rouge off of it. But I'm gonna go drop this in ultrason, or drop these in ultrason, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. We are back with those rings. Here's the first one that we sized. My hands are still a little wet. You see we got it sized. I got shit all over it. Got my fingerprints all over it. And you see we got it nice sized, clean, polished. Looking good, man. It's a nice set. It really is. And here's the other one. Got it nice, clean, and polished. Got crap all over it though. There we go. Nice, clean, and polished. Got my fingerprints on it everywhere. But other than that, we got these sized from a 7.5 to a 10. You can't tell where we put the pieces in at, which is what we want. Don't want to be able to tell where they were put in at. But that's a nice set. That is definitely a nice ring set. But at any rate, guys, this is the Gangster Jeweler. If you would like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop, which I'll have a link for that down in the description. And I'll most likely make a video of me doing your repairs. Also, if you would like to leave a tip or donation, I'll have the link for that down in the description, although it's not required. Just kind of helps the channel grow. And also, if you would like to check out my Kick live stream, it's more of like a reaction channel type live stream. I'll have the link for that down in the description. Also on Twitch as well, reaction stream. And I also have another YouTube channel. I'll have the link for that down in the description, which is pretty much where most of my live streams go, in case you miss them. But also, if you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. And if not there, if you're looking to buy jewelry online, I recommend Stellar Jewelry. I'll have the link for that down in the description. Also, if you're a business in the Jacksonville area and you'd like for me to start doing your repairs, just shoot. I'll have an email down at the bottom. Just shoot me an email, and we'll talk. I do several. I have, you know, a lot of my regular customers that I had when I had my store open, but then also I do a lot of stores, businesses, and stuff. Um, so yeah, if you're a business and you'd like me to start doing repairs, shoot me an email. But at any rate, this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. We got these from a 7.5 to a 10, and I'm pretty pleased with the way they turned out. I really am. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.